Okay, so normally these unboxing of gadgets are done with digital cameras and laptops and cell phones, but this is going to be of a Littmann stethoscope. So it just came in the mail, and I'm very excited to open this up. And this is a Littmann electronic stethoscope model 3100, and it amplifies the signal 24 times. It has ambient noise reduction. The controls are on the head of the stethoscope, and it's a 3100 series. And this one's different than the previous 3000 series. The 3000 series or model number had it was more noisy. It picked up everything in the room, and I believe that was one of the and also sometimes it was difficult to hear certain sounds because they were not real. The computer chip inside would change the sound of certain heart sounds and certain lung sounds to a different frequency for your ears to hear, but the sound was deepened or the opposite of deepened. So you weren't hearing true sounds. Now this model, the 3100 to 3100 series Littmann electronic stethoscope, has fixed that problem. And I know that from the countless reviews I read online on Amazon.com and also on other medical websites. People are saying that the 3000 series sucks. Sorry if you have one. And the 3100 model is super superior. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so it has your foam packaging, extra earplugs, a huge thick paper manual. That's all pages. It's not another white box. A piece of white paper for no reason. Comes with a battery. It has Energizer Industrial AA battery. It's not rechargeable, so when it's done, I'll have to throw it out, but it's industrial quality. And then we have the stethoscope. And that's the packaging. There's nothing else in here. On the back, it has the name of the stethoscope in all different languages, from British English to French to Portuguese to Greek and etc. Okay, first let's look at the extras. Battery, AA, it requires just one. The earplugs. These came on there. And these ones here are different sizes, so let's open it up for a better view. Because if you're going to drop almost $400 on a stethoscope, you want to know everything about it. Right. So you get two of these, which are different from these. And then you have two of these ones here, which I think are the same size as the ones that are already on the stethoscope. You know what? They're a little bit smaller in diameter on the ends, on the bulbous part here, for smaller ear canals, which is great, because some of us have small ear canals, which we realize after our earbuds for our iPods fall out of our ears constantly when we're walking or jogging, etc. So we have to find specialized, smaller earbuds that stay in the ear. And that's just a piece of paper in there with the earbuds. Alright. As I said, a white piece of paper with nothing. I guess it's beneficial in case the battery under it exploded from heat. It doesn't ruin the rest of the materials inside of the packaging, including the stethoscope itself. This seems to be a manual of sorts. Let's open it up. Okay, we have a thin one here. Littmann quality, It's a quick start guide. How to use the buttons on the bottom of the stethoscope. How to use the LCD screen, etc. It's not complicated. There are a lot of words with each step, but that's because you have one line of each language. The first line is English, the next line is French, and etc. So, if I read it to you, it says, position headset. Whoop, no. Number 1 is on the other side. Number 1, put the battery in. Well, I'll do that in a minute. And number 2, put on your head and make sure that these guys are facing in the right direction. As you know, if you should be using these before, you know which way they face. 3, you can adjust the headset by opening it or closing it to make it fit your head better. On their website, they say that you can open and close this to put on your head like 1 million times before that the plastic fails here. If the plastic fails, put some tape on it and you still have a $400 stethoscope. Let's see. Press the power button to turn on. Select the filter, adjust sound, monitor heart rate function, monitor battery life function. Oh no. The heart rate is always displayed. The volume is always displayed. The battery life is always displayed. And if you're using bell, or if you're using diaphragm, or if you're using bell and diaphragm together, is displayed on the LCD screen. The level of amplification is displayed also on the LCD screen. And that's all these directions say here. Manual. Let's see, 3100 series electronic stethoscope, Littmann 3M brand with ambient noise reduction. Whew, that's a big book. But it seems to be every language again. How many? It's about 12 of them. Let's see, something interesting. Let's see. The LCD screen is only in English. So if you speak Spanish or Portuguese or French or Russian or Greek, etc., you need to know English in order to use the LCD screen and functions on the LCD screen. But it should be pretty simple to understand, because the LCD screen has a number for heart rate. It has a picture showing if you're using bell or diaphragm or both, and it has standard buttons. It has a power button. It has a plus and a minus to increase or decrease the volume that you're listening. It has a picture of, it looks like a letter T, but the letter T is actually the symbol for diaphragm versus bell functionality. And then it has an M for menu, where you can look at more things. So let's get back to the manual first. So the English section is really only 17 pages about. And what does it say? It has nice icons and tells you what the icons mean. It's latex free. The chest piece, this part here, is supposedly protected against splashing of liquid. But is it waterproof? No. Is it water resistant? No. But if you get some water on it, hopefully it still will work afterwards. Let's see here. How to put the battery in, how to find this. You're supposed to write your serial number inside of this book here for reference. I don't know where the serial number is at. I'll have to find that later. How to change the earpieces. They pull off and push on. Power button. Stethoscope versus bell functionality. Heart rate. It's all easy stuff here, nothing crazy. Battery level indicator, looks like a cell phone indicator. The menu button allows you to custom config your stethoscope so that, I guess, when you power it on, it automatically defaults to a specific setting, like diaphragm at 50% volume amplification, for example. You also need to select what type of battery you're using. Are you using an NIMH? Are you using an alkaline? Or are you using a lithium battery? You have to tell it what type of battery you're using so you don't blow up the circuitry inside of it. Very important to know there. The backlight on the LCD screen, it has a blue or white light on the back of the LCD screen to light it up in dark rooms. It looks like that you can make it so it's always on or always off to save battery. And there's also a auto off functionality which will turn on or off the unit after a certain amount of time so that the battery doesn't die on it. There are preset power features, like on a computer or laptop. There's low, medium, and high. On the low setting, the unit remains in full power for 10 seconds before going into standby mode. And then it remains in standby mode for 30 seconds. Excuse me, it remains in standby mode for half an hour. That way, when you power it on and want to check someone's heart or lungs, you don't have to wait for this thing to boot up. It'll be already booted up in standby mode, kind of like when your computer goes to sleep or hibernates. It boots up immediately instead of going through the complete boot up of your laptop or computer. So it stays on for 10 seconds before it enters standby mode for 30 minutes. Then it powers off completely. The backlight remains lit for 3 seconds after pressing power button to let you know what volume you're at, etc. The medium function, the medium setting, the unit stays on for 20 seconds instead of 10, and this unit stays in standby mode for 2 hours, and the backlight stays lit for 5 seconds after pressing the power button. The high power mode uses the most power, and the unit stays on for 30 seconds before going into standby mode, remains in standby mode for 5 hours before turning off completely, and the backlight stays on for 5 seconds rather than the 3 seconds below after pressing power button. And that's with the auto off feature turned on. Now if you have the auto off feature turned off or disabled, the unit stays on for minutes instead of seconds each time. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 7 minutes, so they can really have a long time to use it and listen without it turning off on you in the middle of auscultating someone's heart or lungs. The standby mode is 30 minutes, 2 hours, and 5 hours, same as the above power settings. And the backlight is also the same as the other power settings above. So the only difference between auto off turned on and auto off turned off, on and off, is that you can have the stethoscope stay on so you can listen for a longer period of time. So you have 10 seconds versus 20 seconds versus 30 seconds with auto off feature turned on before it goes into standby mode. And then down here with auto off disabled, it will stay on for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 7 minutes with auto off turned off before it goes into standby mode, which is a great feature to save battery and also to not drive you nuts. The serial number is inside of the electronics, so you got to cycle through the menu to find the serial number, and then you should write it down in the front here. Because if something happens to your unit and it won't turn on because it's broken, how are you going to get the serial number out to get it repaired and to prove that it's still under warranty? So get the serial number out immediately and write it down. This operates in different temperature ranges from negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 30 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. That's for operating range. For storage range, it's negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 131 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 40 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius. The humidity for operating and storing are the same, 15% to 93% humidity. To extend the life of the stethoscope, avoid extreme heat and cold, solvents and oils. Remove the battery whenever the stethoscope will not be used for several months. If you plan to use the stethoscope below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is below negative 18 degrees Celsius, you should use a lithium battery so that the function of the battery works, so the unit works. I guess lithium doesn't freeze under cold temperatures in comparison to your standard battery. So use a lithium if you're going to be in super cold temperatures below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 18 degrees Celsius. And cleaning. Clean between each patient. Let's see. You don't need to remove the diaphragm for cleaning if you don't want to. The diaphragm comes off. It's rubber. You see I'm peeling it off. It says just leave it on there. You don't need to take it off. It says to clean the ear tips, ear tubes, plastic tubing, and chest piece with a piece of rubbing alcohol. You can take the ear pieces off to clean more thoroughly, etc. Do not put this in liquid or any sterilization process. Don't put it in a baro chamber because it will explode the electronics inside. Service of warranty. It comes with a finest service of warranty policy in the industry. This 3100 series is warranted against any defects in material and manufacture for a period of 2 years. If a defect is found in the warranty period of 2 years, repairs or replacement will be made without charge to you upon the return of the instrument to 3M, except for cases of obvious abuse or accidental damage. So don't drop it, or if you do, hopefully there's no scratches or dings on it. It has electromagnetic emissions testing done on it to tell you how much of a contact versus air electricity this thing puts out to your patient on electrostatic discharge, etc., which I'll mention in the next video. And that's it. So the next video will be putting the battery in and going through the features.